waterway to be safe with crocodiles. So, actually at this point in the show, this is when your dad would actually jump in the water with the crocodile.
Oh, that's
like,
crazy,
here's
isn't
what
it?
not to do.
Yeah, just jump in with it.
Yeah.
Can I do it? Can I do a go? Can I jump in with it?
No.
Come on. Come on, what do you reckon, guys? Jump in with it, yeah? Give it a go? Yeah. I mean, I'm 18 now, so I can do whatever I want.
I'm 18, so I can see how that goes.
Alright, in all seriousness, this is a really, really silly idea. Being in the water with a crocodile is a recipe for disaster. You can imagine if this was deep, dark, murky water, a big croc like Charlie can still know exactly where I am because I'm sending out vibrations. As I splash around and carry on, he can pinpoint exactly where I am. So, at this point, crocodiles, they're territorial. They don't like it when there's something messing around in their environment. So Charlie gets very grumpy with me and very riled up. And I reckon, now that he's really grumpy, he's all yours.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. Come on, Charlie. Come on. Do what you do. Come on, big boy. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! What? Missed twice.
There you go.
Charlie. Now, that big hand for Charlie. You did really well. So you will be really thankful that I don't work at the Crikey Cafe, because I'm not kidding. I just hit him in the eye with that fish. I'm really sorry, mate, but I was scared of you. So I tried to distract you by throwing fish in your eye. Here's your sushi, sir. Get him across the creek quick.
He's going to beat me across, I reckon. Now with Charlie here, yeah, look right. Thanks, mate. Okay, I'm going to see if I can show you another strike here with Charlie. Now, you've got to keep in mind, Charlie wants to. He can easily hit that back fence there in one solid motion, in one go. So, he lines up for that strike, hones in on the vibrations I send out. Come here, boy. And if he wants to, he'll put on that strike. Hey, Charlie. Hey, big boy. Oh, he's being funny. Hey, Charlie. Now, what Charlie wants me to do is break that rule and get just a little bit closer. He would absolutely love that, but wouldn't exactly be great for me. It'd be an awesome show for you guys, but I don't really want to do that today. What I might actually try doing, we'll see if we can give him another go. I'm actually going to go all the way around and set him up for another strike. Let's see how we go here. All right. Now, at this point, Charlie is using all of the predatory instincts that crocodiles tend to use. Now, he's not making a ripple on the surface. That's because he's got these little kind of scoops, these scales, modified scales, that act as camouflage. They create currents and countercurrents that cancel each other out, so he can move in without being detected. See if he wants to put on a strike here. Come on. Come on, Charlie. Hey, boy. What do you reckon, Charlie? I'm not getting any closer, mate. What do you reckon? Hey, big boy. Yeah, that game Come Closer is a really fun game. You only need to play it once. That's the only problem. Hey, big boy. Oh, he's being funny. Now, this is really classic behaviour for Charlie. He likes to really change up the schedule in each show, but I reckon he's heading towards his favourite part of the show. That's the tail walk. So, why don't we give him a go on the tail walk and see if that gets him fired up.
He just wants to kill your mother.
I think so.
That's awesome. So crocodiles don't just strike from the water's edge, they can also come vertically out of the water, nearly their whole body length if the water's deep enough. This helps them to be able to catch a bird on the wing. I actually saw one in the Wenlock River catch a fruit bat flying over. And you wouldn't want to be on a limb over the water in croc territory because they can grab stuff off the limbs as well. Cuscus, snakes, lizards. They are amazing at hunting vertically. And you'll notice his eyes, the little slits behind his eyes, which are his ears and his nostrils, are all on the top of his head. So he can see, hear, and smell quite easily without much of his body showing. How you doing, buddy? Come on, right here. Come on. you want to give him a go?
You can go if you want, yes.
He's not interested in
See if he's keen.
He's really strange.
So this really is the secret to the survival for crocodiles. This is why they've been around for so long. Is because Charlie, he always does something a little bit different. He's always trying to outsmart us. And he does a very good job at it. Oh, this way, mate. Come on, Charlie. Hey, big boy. Now you've got to keep in mind, if Charlie does decide to put on a big hit here, he can easily get his head over this top rung of the tail wall bread. No trouble at all. So we'll see if he's keen to that. Now crocs, you'll notice when they pop up like that, just his eyes, his ears, his nose, as Mum said, that's the only thing that breaks the surface. So, what do you reckon, Charlie?
He's so naughty. I love this crocodile.
Oh, he is so
This is
naughty.
the crocodile that was in the movie Crocodile Hunter Collision Course. He was the one who tried to get Magda Zabansky's character out of the tree. He tried to jump up and grab Rosie. This is the croc we filmed with. And it wasn't actually Magda in the tree. It was Steve dressed up like her. He even wore the lippy. It was awesome. It was pretty good.
That's so good.
So when Charlie decides to go, he just goes off like a frog in a sock.
And interestingly, when a crocodile shuts his jaws, he's got about 3,000 pounds per square inch of closing jaw pressure, which is the strongest jaw pressure of any animal on the planet. Wherever he grabs, he's not coming out. For the most part,
do you want to?
Here we go.
Okay, good.
Let's look at it. How you like? Alright, Charlie. Good boy.
Way to go. Good job, Charlie. Come on. Come on. Who's a good boy? Come on. There you go. Right here. Right here, buddy. Come on over here. You can get higher if you're over here. Come on. That's a boy. Come on. Good boy. Wow, how would you be? Now we've got his favorite. It's a rat burger.
And they're fresh from the Crikey Cafe as well. We do call them chicken burgers.
We do not call them chicken burgers.
Don't be fooled.
Come on.
He's like, want me to eat a rat?
Come on, Charlie. Right,
It's actually his favourite. He does love it with rats.
Come on. Come on, big boy. That's a boy. Come on. I can't reach any further, Charlie. Come on. That's a boy right here. Wow, that's exciting. No coffee for me today. That was great.
Come on, Charlie.
Yeah. You be sure you eat that rat before you get Chandler.
Well, maybe don't get me. But we're going to see if we can get Charlie out on land one more time for you guys so you get a good look at him and see how crocs move once they're out of their element, out of the water. Charlie, you make me nervous. Please look at the food and not me. Anyway, that's hard enough. You can have that.
Charlie. Good job. Now, what Chandler's showing you is Charlie's top speed on land. Crocodiles don't really pose much of a threat when they're out of the water. In fact, I can easily sit down in front of Charlie here, and I know I can get up quicker than he can come forward. I reckon I can even lay down in front of him, to be honest. I'll just move over this way. But yeah, you can see that. I'm laying down in front of him, and he could care less. And that's because he knows that in the water and at the water's edge, that is where he's quick. On land, he does not have the advantage. He's got that big long tail, he's got a heavy body, short little stumpy legs, he's built like a torpedo. In the water, he is an absolute missile. And if he does want to put on a really solid strike, about 4 to 5 meters, that is the danger zone. So for us, it's very simple. Stay out of that danger zone. Stay at least 4 to 5 meters back from the water's edge. Don't overhang the water. And also, of course, don't go swimming in croc territory. But if you do follow these simple rules, you've got nothing to worry about. Unfortunately, crocodile-human conflict is something that's been going on for a really long time, and it is totally avoidable. if we can learn crocodile rules just the same as the road rules, we're going to be doing a great thing for our safety, but also for the future of these critically important apex predators. Crocs are like the roof of the house. They sit at the top of the trophic cascade. If we lose crocodiles, that keystone predator, everything else underneath them is going to start to degrade. So we need crocs, and we need to learn to live alongside them, because they truly are the ultimate modern day dinosaurs. But you know, Charlie, he has done a good show. You know, he's been very calculating, he's kind of thinking everything through, showing that wild crocodile behaviour. But I reckon it's time that we get him really, really fired up with his favourite part of the show.
Let's do it.
What do you reckon?
A nice
Let's do it.
big chunk
All right.
of feral pig meat. That's right.